We are now on the dawn of our second revolution: robotics, computers, and digital technologies. Computers have allowed us to boost our mental power. We are now on the brink of encompassing all that mental power made available through information technology to develop physical power. Computers are no longer a new technology, dating back to when Time magazine declared the personal computer its machine of the year in 1982. New ways of manufacturing, driving, shipping, environmental, and biomedical advances are all taking shape right now through robotics. We were able to take a $250,000 machine and shrink it into a device capable of fitting into the palm of your hand for $200. As more and more information gets transformed into bits and sent across networks, we enter a new type of economics where abundance is the norm rather than scarcity. In Ian Morse's novel, Why the West Rules for Now and What They Will Reveal About the Future, he draws a curve representing significant developments of human history. From 8000 BCE until the 1800s, the line is fairly straight, gradually upward sloping. Then came the Industrial Revolution. The line takes almost a 90-degree curve straight up. The single most important invention was the steam engine. It served as the platform for other innovations to take root, as well as allowed humankind for the first time to overcome the limitations of muscle power, human and animal, and generate massive amounts of energy at will. This revolution will cause economic disruption as these machines and computers get more advanced. Business owners will have less and less need for ordinary labor. Looking forward, it is important to be a worker with special skills because these people can use technology to capture value. A worker with ordinary skills will lose jobs to more efficient computers, robots, and other digital technologies.
Maser Robotics is an Israeli company that has developed a robot to assist in spinal surgery. Spinal surgery is extremely complex because the placement of screws, plates, and other medical parts must be exact to the 1/100th of an inch. The doctor, prior to surgery, takes a moving x-ray of the patient to get a 3D look at the spine. From here, it is transferred into a computer and the doctor can now perform the surgery through the images on a 3D computer-aided design, or CAD modeling. The surgery is programmed into this Maser robotic called the Renaissance. The robot assists the surgeon during surgery by placing the screws and whatever else is needed to the exact inch. The combination of computer technology and robotics comes together to perform a flawless spinal surgery. Accuray has developed robots to aid in the treatment of cancer. Their mission is to develop personalized, leading-edge treatment solutions that help cancer patients live longer, better lives. Their technology is called CyberKnife. Despite the name, this robot's value comes from their radiation delivery device called LINAC. This technology allows CyberKnife to deliver radiation to cancerous tumors anywhere in the body. Not only does it target a specific area, lessening the side effects of radiation, but it also keeps track of tumor and patient movement. This means that the robot can adjust the amount and accuracy of radiation given to the patient. This also cuts down on conventional radiation therapy from weeks to 1 to 5 days.
Computers are now combining pattern matching with complex communication to beat people at their own games. Watson, a supercomputer developed by IBM, participated in Jeopardy! Questions cover a wide range of topics, and players must be fast, bold, and accurate all at the same time. In 2011, Watson competed against Ken Jennings and Brad Rutter, two legendary players. The first time Watson participated in December 2006, its programmers set it to buzz first about 70% of the time. The computer only answered correctly 15% of the time, compared to Jennings, who answered correctly 90% of the time he buzzed first. By January 2011, Watson wiped the floor clean with both Jennings and Rutter. The ability for a computer to understand dialogue, process it, and spit out an answer in a specific format like Jeopardy! Calls for is astonishing. Jennings stated, "Just as factory jobs were eliminated in the 20th century by new assembly line robots, Brad and I were the first knowledge industry workers put out of work by new generation thinking machines. Quiz show contestant may be the first job made redundant by Watson, but I'm sure it won't be the last. Isaac Asimov coined the term robotics in 1941, providing 3 ground rules in his famous journal, 3 Laws of Robotics.
The first law is as follows. A robot may not harm a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Number 2, a robot must obey orders given it by qualified personnel unless those orders violate rule number 1. In other words, a robot can't be ordered to kill a human being. Rule number 3, a robot must protect its own existence. After all, it's an expensive piece of equipment. Unless that violates rules 1 or 2. A robot must cheerfully go into self-destruction if it is in order to follow an order or to save a human life.
The photography industry represents the first bounty of this revolution. 10% of all pictures since the first one in 1838 were taken last year. Kodak employed 145,300 people at one point. They filed for bankruptcy 1 month before Instagram was bought by Facebook for $1 billion. These events represent the impact of digitization in one of the first sectors to become completely digitized. The amount of pictures being taken and shared are reaching the billions per year, yet the amount of people employed by these photo sharing companies are only a fraction of which were employed at a big company like Kodak. More wealth is being created with less work. This will greatly impact the distribution of wealth. Think about it this way. If a robot can do what a full-wage worker can do at the price of $1 per hour, that worker is not worth a penny more than $1 per hour. On the contrary, if a person can find a new way to use digital technology across millions of people, their wealth can increase vastly. In the past, wage rates have increased as productivity increased. We are now at an inflection point where that is no longer true. Productivity is increasing, yet median wages are not. Median salary in America decreased $4,000 in 10 years, yet GDP hit a record high. Yet the highest incomes are at an all-time high, having over half of the total income distributed to the top 10%. TurboTax's founder, now a billionaire, is better off, but the thousands of tax preparers now see their field quickly diminishing. As software moves to the core of every company, less and less people are servicing more and more people. Productivity is ever increasing, revenues are increasing, but jobs and workers are not. Programmers, once their algorithm is digitized, they can be replicated and delivered to customers at almost zero cost. The top 1 increased their earnings by 278% between 1979 and 2007. People in the middle income distribution only saw a 35% increase during the same time frame.
The combination of the world population is projected to increase drastically in the next 50 years. Coupled with this digital revolution creating and destroying jobs will call for specialized workers like never before. Artificial intelligence is taking over jobs and penetrating industries once thought to be safe. Computers, robots, and other humanoid innovations work cheaper, safer, and more efficiently than any other human worker. What they lack is a brain, creativity. They are programmed for a task, and that's what they do. Human advantage in the future will come through young, innovative minds that can think out of the box. In order to strive in this world, one must capture value through technology, not from it.